subject of the name of subject, governmental support of entrepreneurship and infrastructure. There are two questions: the essence of and necessity of governmental support of entrepreneurship, the main directions and mechanisms of governmental support of entrepreneurship. And the second question, the essence and peculiarities of infrastructure of entrepreneurship, the development of contemporary institutes of support of entrepreneurship, business incubators, industrial zones and technoparks. And entrepreneurship, it is a process of innovation and new venture creations through four major dimensions: individual, organizational, environmental, process that is aided by collaborated new networks in government, education and institutes. And entrepreneur, a catalyst for economic change who uses purposeful searching, careful planning and sound judgment when carrying out the entrepreneurial process. And conceptual framework consists in the government policy support, then autonomy and entrepreneurship. Then entrepreneurial ecosystem consists in different points. The first, local, global market, then governmental policy, regulatory framework and infrastructure, then funding and finance, culture, methods, advisors, support systems, and universities, then educational system and training, human capital, and workplaces. Then concept of entrepreneurship, the first entrepreneur, entrepreneurship and enterprise. Entrepreneur, it is a person. Entrepreneurship, it is a process of action, and enterprise is an object. How policymakers can create small business job? The first, focus access to capital, loans and other loan guarantees funds, community development, financial institution, then angel funds and tax credits, seed investment funds, community reinvestment and business plan competitions. Then people and skills, entrepreneurship education, mentoring classes, online education. Then STEM education. And the next, addressed media skills with partnerships between business and community colleges. And ecosystems, it is a manufacturing institutes, research commercialization grants, clustering initiatives, then accelerators, innovation districts, and main street associations. Then development a finance workforce with new demanded key competencies requires high impact skills that can be hard to find and difficult to replace. Leadership competencies, professional competencies and technical competencies. These are ethics and integrity, strategic thinking and execution, strategic communications, organizational equality, decision making and relationship between business and partnerships. Then professional, it is a critical finance thinking, business and financial acumen, finance operations, processes, financial swords and negotiation, and technical accounting and reporting, financial planning and analysis, leveraging system capabilities, then regulatory compliance, corporate and government compliance, industry and business sector knowledge, and big data and analysis. And also there are some policy support, potential entrepreneurship, risk reception, startup entrepreneurs, and risk reception. Then business behavior. Also it is taking venture certification, taking advantage of government support, and self-reinforcing expectation. Then in Entrepreneurs has a lot of major problems faced by small-scale. The first, inadequate infrastructural facilities creates the problem of acute shortage of basic raw materials, especially those which are scarce and need to be imported from distant places, needed by small and medium-scale enterprises. Then small and medium-scale entrepreneurs find it difficult to distribute their products to the market, which are located at far-off places. Then lack of proper airways and waterways facilities also restricts their growth prospects. Then small and medium-scale enterprises face shortage of power supply, due to which they are unable to make full utilization of plant capacity. And most of them find difficult to install their own power generating plants, so as to ensure their operations due to lack of required funds. And the last, most of them are located in rural areas or remote areas of the country, due to which they find it difficult to communicate with people outside of region. And this is because of non-existing of proper time. And there are some characteristics of entrepreneurship: economic and dynamic activities related to innovations, profit potential, and risks bearing. And also we can say about the infrastructure. Infrastructure is basic physical and organizational structure needed for the operation of a society or enterprise, or the service and facilities necessary for an economy to function. And also it can be generally defined as the set of interconnected structure elements that provide framework supporting an entire structure of development. The term typically refers to the technical structures that support a society, such as roads, bridges, water supply, electrical grids, telecommunications, and so forth, and can be defined as the physical components or interrelated system. And viewed functional, infrastructure facilitates the production of goods and services, and also the distribution of finished products to markets, as well as basic social services such as schools and hospitals. For example, roads enable the transport of raw materials to a factory. Basic infrastructure requirements. Certain infrastructure elements seem to make substantial impact on the entrepreneurial environment. And modern transport and communication facilities that provide easy access to suppliers and customers. Road network connected to rail, ports, and airports. And also there are some statistical indicators that shows the number of technological parks and technological innovation centers. It is 72%, and technology transfer centers 23%, and 5% open economic zones of industrial and technological types. And there is some link to Vision 2030, economic peculiar, social pillar, and political pillar. And also graduating at least benefits 200,000 people annually. Promotion of innovation and invention, then business incubation, provision of business development and market linkages, and also transfer of technology. And thank you for attention.